Hello, you're watching Vnews Bulletin. I'm Yung Paranoy, and now let's take a look at our top stories as usual. U.S. Treasury Department appreciates Vietnam's monetary management. Traders showing up early at Bắc Giang Luxury Barn. And later on, endangered stork species spotted in Tây Ninh province. The National Assembly ratified the law on mobile police and the resolution on the establishment of the National Assembly's Specialized Supervision Delegation in 2023 at its ongoing third session on June 14th. 454 out of 474 National Assembly deputies, or 91.16%, voted for the law on mobile police, which consists of 5 chapters and 33 articles. The same day, legislators scrutinized the draft law on implementation of democracy at grassroots level, which the drafting agency said puts people at the center. They reached high consensus on the need to adopt the law and discussed ways to improve the quality, harmony, and feasibility of its regulations. Some suggested more attention to health of residential areas and villages, and working groups of the Vietnam Fatherland Front, and consideration of the implementation of democracy in both state-owned and non-state enterprises. President Nguyễn Xuân Phúc on June 14th attended a ceremony to mark 65 years since President Ho Chi Minh paid a visit to the central province of Quảng Bình.
Prior to the ceremony, President Nguyễn Xuân Phúc met and presented gifts to ethnic people in Bố Trạch District, Quảng Bình Province. At the meeting, ethnic people voiced their proposals for socio-economic development in the locality. They expressed their gratitude to the party, state, and Quảng Bình Province for taking care of their lives, helping them improve their living status. The same day, the state leader attended a ceremony launching a project of upgrading a road route and supplying electricity to 2 communes in Bố Trạch District. Once completed, the project will ensure communes, wards, and towns in Quảng Bình Province have access to electricity, serving socio-economic development, maintaining security and defense in borders areas in Bố Trạch District.
The World Bank released the June edition of its monthly Vietnam macro monitoring on June 13th, highlighting that the economic recovery remains strong despite heightened global uncertainties.
Industrial production continued a robust expansion of 10.4% year-on-year, while retail sales rebounded with growth of 4.2% month-on-month, suggesting strong recovery of private consumption. About 173,000 international visitors arrived in May, about 70% higher than in April, and the highest figure since April 2020. Amid heightened global uncertainties, export growth slowed and import growth plateaued. FDI disbursement remained strong in May, up 8.5% year-on-year, marking a 6-month expanding streak. The World Bank recommended that Vietnamese authorities should be vigilant about inflation risks associated with continuing rise in prices of fuels and imports, which may dampen the ongoing recovery of domestic demand.
The U.S. Department of Treasury has recently issued a report on macroeconomic and foreign exchange policies of major U.S. trading partners, with reviews based on 3 criteria, including bilateral trade surplus, current account surplus, and persistent one-sided foreign exchange market intervention.
According to the report, in the period from January 1st to December 2021, Vietnam met the criteria set forth by the U.S. Department of Treasury, with a trade surplus in goods and services with U.S. of $90 billion. The department continues to acknowledge Vietnam's progress in this regard. The U.S. Department of Treasury appreciates the management of monetary and exchange rate policies of the State Bank of Vietnam in the past, which expresses the seriousness in which the central bank deals with concerns from the U.S. side. It also hailed the Vietnamese bank for maintaining stability in financial and monetary markets and the macroeconomy amid difficulties and challenges.
Vietnam's effective management of COVID-19 has boosted confidence and facilitated the easing of restrictions and economic recovery, according to an article published recently by the Australia-Vietnam Policy Institute.
Growth in business numbers has accelerated again over the last 6 months, and increased private investment is becoming increasingly pivotal in generating new employment opportunities, the article noted. It said Vietnamese enterprises are increasingly integrating into global production chains, boosting investment, technology transfer, productivity growth, and incomes. Regional economic cooperation agreements implemented recently are also helping to further deepen regional supply chain links, boosting trade and foreign investment, and providing new opportunities for businesses in Vietnam. The article recommends to strengthen education and health outcomes, facilitate the movement of workers out of declining industries, strengthen social safety nets, and further improving the business environment, addressing infrastructure bottlenecks, and accelerating public investment and improving investment efficiency.
Though there are more than 10 days left until the main harvest season, many Chinese traders have already made their way to Lục Ngạn lychee barn in Bắc Giang province to seek purchase agreements.
The quality of this year's lychees is highly regarded by traders, and the fruit is selling for a reasonable price. One difficulty for both sellers and buyers is that clearance times at border gates can affect the quality of the fruit.
This year's lychees have a beautiful shape and are high quality, so meet our criteria. The biggest problem now is that they can't be preserved for long periods of time. I have been buying lychees here for 16 years, taking home about 3,000 tons each time. It takes 2 days to bring the lychees from the border gate to transport in China. I hope that customs clearance at border gates can be done as quickly as possible.
Bắc Giang provincial authorities have worked with Chinese partners, and the two sides have agreed to create the most favorable conditions possible for lychees to enter China. Separate lanes at border gates will be open for trucks carrying lychees to have minimized waiting times for customs clearance. According to a representative from the People's Committee of Lục Ngạn District, the district has signed agreements to sell more than 45,000 tons of lychee out of its total output of about 95,000 tons, of which some 25,000 tons will be exported.
More than 1,000 Asian open bills and endangered species in Vietnam are gathering at the Savannah Koh Tha Not inside the Lo Go Sa Mat National Park in the southeastern province of Tây Ninh.
Asia openbill, scientifically known as Anatomous oxytans, is listed in Vietnam's Red Data Book as an endangered species facing high threat of extinction. The national park has requested its forest protection team to increase surveillance and do all possible to keep the birds safe. For tourists who want to see the stars with their own eyes, the team will guide them to park from afar, move in small groups, and do not make noise.
This is the first time in many years that the stocks have returned to the national park, which is an encouraging sign showing that savannas, wetlands, and faunas in the park have been well preserved to offer food and shelters for migrating birds.
The Asian openbills have been spotted in Lo Go Sa Mat since around the end of May, and they normally remain here for no more than a month. The species inhabits in South and Southeast Asian countries. In Vietnam, they're known as Go Nhạn, swallow, or Go Ốc, snail stalks, since they mainly eat snails. They're mostly seen in the country's southwestern region.
The northern province of Hải Dương held the Organic Rice and Clam Worm Festival 2022 on June 13th in An Thành Công Mill, Tứ Kỳ district.
The festival was acknowledged by the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, which says sustainable agricultural development for human health and the environment is meaningful and needs to be replicated. Through the festival, Haizeong hopes to attract cultural and historical values to agricultural products, thereby creating new values for farm produce. Tứ Kỳ district has 257 hectares of organic agricultural production in combination with raising aquatic specialties such as clamworms and mollusks. In these organic production areas, local farmers raise clamworms in rice fields and mollusks along paddy walls, while vegetables and fruit are also grown. The combined agricultural model creates a healthy and sustainable ecosystem. Clamworms usually live in brackish water, estuaries, and river mouths. They're known not only for being delicious and nutritious, but also for their medicinal properties. The worms are processed in famous dishes that are quite expensive.
Digital transformation in the tourism sector has become an inexorable trend, bringing travel closer to all and contributing to promoting tours and trips.
After a 2-year hiatus due to COVID-19, the Somngu Sơn Tourism Company in Nghệ An province has now introduced international standards for the summer of 2022. In addition to media promotions, the company has strengthened digital application in introducing its tours and services on its website and bolstered links with other travel companies and online travel booking websites both at home and abroad.
After promoting the application of smart tourism, more tourists come to us and can easily find the necessary information for their trip.
Digital transformation helps tourism businesses adapt flexibly to market changes and to the current situation surrounding the pandemic. In addition to introducing tourism activities for the peak summer season, the beach town of Cửa Lò in Nghệ An province has also enhanced its tourism promotions through digital technology platforms.
Hotels have moved towards digital transformation this year to provide timely information to visitors. Digital transformation has been introduced in restaurants, hotels, and accommodation providers, helping them improve their management.
The change in approach to digital transformation in tourism has brought results. Not only localities and tourist destinations, but also travel companies are using digital platforms as a way to introduce and promote their offerings.
We have cooperated with a company specializing in digital technology to receive and process information from domestic and international customers.
The Nghệ An Department of Tourism has carried out communications and promotions for the province's tourism sector on social networking platforms, including creating videos for Facebook and YouTube and using large screens at major airports to promote local tourism.
We have decided to focus on digital technology, so have developed a series of solutions to apply IT in tourism promotions. We will also continue to intensify our cooperation with tourism businesses to create new products.
Change and adaptation have also shown that digital transformation in the tourism sector is an inexorable trend, and visitors can readily experience smart tourism and culture. However, given that Industry 4.0 is continuously changing and developing, these tasks must be renewed and improved regularly to stay abreast of local movements.